So it may not be too visible on this video, but I have traced three different sizes of circles. So like what I've said earlier, you can position the circle in any manner you want. So it all depends on how you would like to show it in your canvas. Okay, now we are ready to paint. So I will be using 3D colors for the circles. So you don't really need to follow what colors I will be using for today. You can choose whatever colors you want, or you can add more colors. It's not necessary that you use only 3 colors. I might be adding more if I see that it needs a little more contrast. Okay, so for now I will be using the yellow ochre, the turquoise blue, and then the titanium white from Montmartre. And the brush that I'm going to be using is the slanted brush. As you can see, can you see it? Okay, so if you notice, I soaked it in water right there. There's the water behind the paints, and I didn't really clean it thoroughly. It's not really necessary because we're doing an abstract here, so whatever comes up will be a surprise. Okay, so let's start tracing. So I'm going to use the blue one first. So it doesn't really matter which circle you want to trace first. So now I'm tracing my circles. You don't really need to be very careful in tracing. It's just like a child's play. No boundaries, no limit. So you can do any brush stroke. You want it slanted, you want it facing you, it doesn't really matter. Whatever makes you happy. So, okay. So on this small circle, I'm gonna trace it outside of the line I made, because I'm gonna be putting more inside. Okay, so don't worry about the how it will look entwined. This is not the time to worry about it. It will be at the later part of your drawing. So just see, I don't really follow the line. It's just a marker for me, but it's not necessary that you follow it completely. So I just soak my brush to remove the blue, and then I wipe it with my paper towel. Don't really have to be thoroughly clean, so I can put whatever color I chose. So no. As I always say, not necessarily in order. So you can put the white wherever you want to put it. Just enjoy playing with your brush. If this is the first time you use a brush, I always remind you to soak it first. Try to make your brush wet and not too stiff, because the paint will not glide easily. So I didn't even clean my brush. So I got the yellow. And start painting. Sorry, my camera is moving because I'm holding it with my left hand, and I'm working with my right hand. It's so hard to be taking a video while doing it, and I don't have a tripod, so just bear with me. See how so wherever my hand takes me, oops, they look almost the same size now. So I would like to make one of them bigger than the other, so it doesn't look monotonous. So I'll just try to use all the paint that I put out, because I don't want to waste paint. So now I'm going to try to make them look intertwined. So I'm going to which one? Paint this one here. Paint this on top. We just use common sense so that it will look overlapping each. I'm still working on my playing with my little cardboard piece. So this is just the finishing part. These are just the finishing touches. So don't worry about messing up the shape. It's just the fun of doing this yourself that matters. So you can deviate from what I am doing right now. So if you have other materials that you want to try on your projects, that would be very good, because you don't know exactly what beautiful creations you can make with the materials that we have at home. So I'll just keep on sweeping the paint until it's like I feel that nothing is moving with my cardboard. I'm going to put more paint on my cardboard because it looks like we are missing a little color here. Well, as far as I can see, but if you prefer that it's already enough, then you can stop. See. So I just do it like I'm scraping something, but as you can see, there is the you can see the texture of the background. It may not be really visible on the video, but and my camera's moving with my hand, so Please, this is the first time I did this, so please excuse the all the imperfections. So I'm just trying to use all the paints that I put out. White. See, I'm still using the cardboard. So I soaked my brush already in water, and before I sleep, I'm going to clean up all my brushes. So I will never. I don't sleep with leaving my brushes uncleaned. Otherwise, it will no longer be fun if you buy brushes every time you do a project. So there's really nothing special I did here when using my cardboard, because there's too much excess paint here. I don't want to waste it, so I kept on putting it on my canvas. And if you use the cardboard, you will see exactly the texture of the background that we did earlier. And this is what I love, the texture and the fun. Of making my hands dirty in paint. So, one good thing about acrylic paint is that it's easily washable. So when you're done, you can wash your hands with soap and water, and that's it. It goes off easily with warm water. And so we're almost done. The last part of any project that you do is your signature. So I always prefer to put my signature on the right side, but that really doesn't matter if you put it on the left part, lower part of your canvas, wherever it is going to be clearer. So I'm doing my signature now. So here is the finished painting. It's not quite dry yet, so it will look different when it's totally dried. So thank you so much for bearing with me. Pardon the imperfections, especially on the way I did my video, because this is the first time I did it. But I hope you liked it and learned something from our project today. Bye.